Okay, so there are apparently caravans where you can trade. There is a campfire where you can again heal, I think. What more is there? Just money, 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 and health. You can track health. Yeah, and there are 2 campfires and 3 places where you can buy stuff, I think, from the traveling merchants. So that's the Forgotten Road. Components. Then the last thing. So yeah, I really like custom dice. It's all new things are difficult, but this was not difficult in hindsight. The last of the 3 is the Last Stand. Aptly called The Last Stand. It's a tower defense. I made, I think, a lot of mistakes in these cards because they weren't aligned perfectly, and then you get crap like this. So I can use a, I don't know how you call this, but it's adding to make it black, but it's not the same. That black is not the same as this black, if that makes any sense. In the Last Stand you have bloody, what was it? I did read the rules. I even rewrote them a little bit. So you have heroes. You have location. I think this is the castle location or not. Merchant. Yeah. So you tower defense. So you have the tower. Okay. In around the tower, there are 2 difficulty versions. The town is called Lux. It's a very dark place. So I'm wondering how the rest is called. Well, you have also misprints, but it's about the letter. So you just place a circle, A, B, C. I'm not really sure what this is. This is E. So this must be D. Yeah. And you have the merchant, traveling merchant. So this is the setup. You need some kind of marker. I don't know. So let's put the marker here. Value doesn't matter. It's just a dude. And you move to a location and then to an adjacent location. A and E are adjacent, so you can walk around. Okay. Why would you do that? Because monsters from the monster deck, so they are random. These are A, B, C, D, and E monsters, and you also have in the halfway through the deck, you have the first version occurrence of the boss. But suppose you draw from the monster deck, so it's a single tier deck. So you draw from the monster deck the A monster, and it appears on the map on that location. So that should make sense. Now there are 2 spaces on the location to hold. So for example, you have the A and let's say, well, you have another monster A here. Let's do that. So it looks like so. The third occurrence of an A monster, it has no place to go there, so it will travel to the next adjacent location. So from A, it will land in B. B also has 2 spaces. So monsters can spill over to other locations. To defeat the location, you have to match the symbols. Your heroes roll dice. There are 5 dice. And let's see. Also custom made 5 dice. You roll them and you can re-roll them again, or a few of them. You have to keep a few details, but then you match this location. If you can't, then you didn't defeat the monster. You either defeat it completely or not at all. So that is, and the monsters give you a benefit in terms of money. So you keep track of money. Put it aside. Keep track of money with these tokens, same quality as before. There are how do you say, countdown cards for monsters. So in 3 turns, 2 turns, 1 turn, and then it triggers. It triggers on hard monsters and on bosses, and bad stuff happens, of course, as listed on the card itself. I can show you one of these. For example, this is an expansion boss, so the first time it appears is this card, and then on the bottom 6 is this card, and this timer goes here. So you can also decide to make this much smaller. Maybe that's better, because the dimensions don't really match. I see that now, but it's most of all just to make it work. There's also a box for this. The monsters can also trigger catapults, as you can see here. These catapults will be placed on the location, and it will hurt every turn the castle. You can destroy the catapults by destroying the monster, and you gain the thing on the back. So it's a foot, for example, here. So a lot of mitigation. There are no previews of this game. Guy did a first round, and some Portuguese guy did a complete playthrough and lost. So I suspect that it hasn't been playtested much, and it's too hard. The rules have been discussed and improved upon, and it's less harsh than it was before. So that's most of the last stand. Yeah, there is also corruption. There are treasures that you can gain by, I think, by defeating the monster for the first time. There is also these tokens, and they're double-sided identical. I have no idea, they're not described in the rulebook, because it's a first-time designer. So these are reroll tokens that you can earn. This is a reroll dice, but this is the same as the reroll die. So maybe, and it's also single sheet, so it's not that I combined things incorrectly. Oh, here is the corruption. So you can go from 1 to 2 and from 3 to 4 corruption. And corruption, what does it do? I don't remember, but it's bad stuff. Yeah, the most is I think for corruption, and then the land gets destroyed. The land can withstand 4 corruption, but not 5, and then it is destroyed. So it's no longer existing, and monsters cannot enter there. Monsters will skip over it. So the locations where a monster can end are less and less, and obviously that's bad for the castle. This is a bonus that you can gain for movement. There is a bonus for fighting, so it's like saving a roll from previous turns. That's half of the tokens are not described in the manual, so I recommend to wait for the 2nd edition. But well, I supported the creator, and maybe it's that this is again an example to never back first editions. But I like the idea. I don't have any tower defense games. One is upcoming called Sky Tier Horde, and that's about it. Aside from the Last Stand. So there you go. 3 games I discussed, and also Asonia. I'll give you the next on Bone to Pick in the next video. Okay, bye.